Yes.
I once was very much like you, unsure of where to run or how, or even if I could. I decided to open up to him about, my youth was spent as a prisoner and an underling for a pirate ship. I recognize this state very well myself. If it ever does come down to you needing to run for your life and you don't know how and you don't know where, may this serve you well.
He's touched. He says,
Sometimes all it takes is not to be noticed.
he says, thank you. Nobody's ever really wanted to protect me like this. And he pulls out a dagger. He says, I've often thought I'd have to protect myself with this, but it looks like it's in better hands of those who protect me. And on the dagger, there's in carvings that, look like it says a word on the dagger. And the dagger says, troll blazer on the dagger. And he says, be very careful with the cuts you make with this, because in addition to the regular damage, it also does acid damage.
I'm so excited my pupils have dilated. I will. Thank you.
It is also extremely efficient if you are fighting trolls.
Sometimes those of us who pick up the sword were never meant to carry it.
And it looks more like something between a short sword and a dagger. Like it's not by any means a regular sword, but it is like, you could tell that it'll have the finesse sort of weapon quality type because it's so small.
Troll Slayer?
It is called the Troll Blazer. And you could put it in as a acid short sword.
I don't know if I can wield short swords.
Or you can put it in as a long dagger.
Okay.
If it doesn't work
Daddy
as
homebrew.
a short sword, either way, its stats are going to be 1d6 plus your proficiency bonus plus either dex or strength, whichever one of yours is higher.
Plus dex or strength?
Dex. You'll be Dex.
For you, it'll be dex probably, which is why it'll have the finesse property, so that you can use dex as your bonus to it instead of strength. And you can tell that like anything that you hit with this is also going to add a 1d4 of acid damage.
You've carried this too long, haven't you?
He's like, yeah. Yes, I have. From the old kingdom.
Well, Raphael, I'm happy to be unburdening you. I hope you find peace in the knowing that the shadows will always enfold and enshroud you.
To that, it seems like such a great interaction that the hawk in the window is just...
The hawk in the window?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has been there the whole time, even in the beginning when you guys were doing your interactions with, him and everything. And Sir Raphael says, "Don't worry about him. That's my hawk."
Aww. What are you crackling about?
She
That's
So rad, dude.
well. Is there anything I need to do to ensure that this prints tonight?
Prince what?
That this makes it out into the streets by this evening?
No, the group of the bards from the field ward are already going to come and pick it up pretty much an hour from now or less.
Perfect. I've deducted my 300 gold happily.
And this guy is just very, very happily, and he's fair about it. He like splits it with Sir Raphael, and he gives Sir Raphael like these eyes, like don't you dare tell anybody, like about
You're in this now too.
Yeah, exactly.
Journalists have to do what journalists have to do. How do I stay in touch with you, gentlemen? How do I use my press card? How do I report stories, or how do we keep abreast on the latest? Are there any sending stones, or like the equivalent of cell phones, basically?
Sapphires.
For those of us to stay on top of the latest.
Oh, you would have to ask him about that. We lost our last guy who used to use some of that equipment. There's special equipment that we send only on reporters on, extremely dangerous missions. Otherwise, we can just come back and report.
All right. Well, unless there's urgency to send news from the field, I suppose.
I mean, just come back because usually they want a picture. They want the words right with it. Gax or whatever for short. I know his full name is Gax something or another. But we'll just shorten it to Gax or whatever. Like,